Hello and welcome to this very special virtual roundtable conversation, all made possible by the power of the internet. As today, we look to celebrate a unique and history-making achievement in the WWE universe. 5 Scottish superstars, all from within 40-mile radius of one another, in a country of just 5 million, are currently WWE champions. Literally a 1 in a million chance for this to happen. So please welcome the superstars who are title by title making WWE their kingdom, our Scottish champions. First of all, let's welcome the NXT UK Women's Champion, Kay Lee Ray. And Kay Lee Ray, congratulations for becoming the longest reigning UK Women's Champion recently.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to see you all, guys. Hi.
Hello. Next up, we have the NXT UK Tag Team Champions, those Gallus boys, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang.
How we doing?
Welcome, gents.
Gallus boys on top.
We all have one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Nikki Cross.
Hello. How is everyone?
Hi, Nikki. And the newest addition to this group of champions, a man who main evented WrestleMania this year, took out the beast Brock Lesnar and became the first ever Scottish and indeed British-born WWE champion in history. Welcome, Drew McIntyre.
Hello, everybody. Good to chat to some people today, some familiar faces, because I've only been chatting to the wife recently and my cats have developed voices and personalities. So it's nice to talk to some real people and some mates.
So first of all, let me ask, was there a point in this process as we edge towards, WrestleMania is where this kind of finished. This is where the 5 of you all became champions when Drew finally got the title. Was there a point in the process leading up to that where you guys were like, hang on a minute, if Drew does capture this title, there's going to be 5 of us. By the way, there's 23 champions in WWE, 23 superstars with titles around their waist. You guys make up over 20% of that from quite a small nation of Scotland. So Drew, let me direct that to you. As you're moving towards WrestleMania, was there something in the back of your mind that if you could capture that championship, Scotland would be making WWE their kingdom?
Actually, not until after the match I realised, just how many Scottish champions we had. Obviously, the night before, Nikki had won the tag team championships, and I was aware. Obviously, Wolfgang and Mark had the tag titles, and Kay Lee had the women's title in NXT UK. But I was so focused on the match with Brock, it wasn't until the next day when somebody had created a graphic with all the Scottish champions that I literally couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was a WWE champion for one. But to think back, to the very beginning of when I started, there was no Scottish wrestling. There was nobody from Scotland who went from Scotland to WWE. That just wasn't a thing. And like you say, of 5 million people to have 5 champions, 1 in a million, that was a pretty cool fact to find out the day after WrestleMania.
And Nikki, let me ask you the same thing. Obviously, you captured your second reign as WWE Women's Tag Team Champion just before Drew. Was it something you were aware of? Obviously looking at NXT UK and seeing the titles on the Scottish contingent there?
For me, it was very similar to Drew. You're so focused on the match and you're so focused on WrestleMania that I think it was when we saw the graphic after Drew won his championship against Brock. It was that graphic and you see the 5 of us and I was like, oh, we're like a boy band or a girl band or like Steps, because I had boys and girls in it. So for me, I was like, yes, we're a band, we're a pop band.
I mean, it's a mind-blowing achievement. Let's talk about the history amongst the 5 of you. So Wolfie, let me ask you this. What type of history do the 5 of you have? How far do you go back? Did you know each other before joining WWE?
Yeah, I think personally I take it upon myself to be the sort of historian when it comes to the Scottish scene. Like,
because I can't remember anything.
Like, if you come to me, if I don't remember it, someone's going to remember it and I'll take the time to try and look it up. But as part of your last question, I seen this coming. I kind of, like, I says to Marcus at some point, like, if you and I can hold on to these titles and Kay Lee holds on to us, there's a strong chance you're going to get 5 Scottish champions at the one time. And I try, like, you try and keep it quiet. You don't want to give it away. Like if you say something, you might jinx it. So just keep it hushed. I'd like to apologise because I think at some point during this conversation, the 5 Scottish folk are just going to start rabbling, and all the effort that Drew has put in to make sure that everyone can understand him might be thrown out. 20 minutes into this might be thrown out of the window.
At least I'll stop getting grief from everybody in Scotland. The only place that gives me grief is my own country. What happened to your accent, mate? You talk like that Gerard Butler now.
Drew, do you remember the silverware? Don't forget the silverware.
Yes, now you're saying it a bit. I used to get so much crap from Nikki when I first came to America because I have to use a lot of American words or nobody understands what I'm saying. I said, just give it time. You'll be in the same boat soon. What happened?
It was a week
your Americanized Scottish accent.
Kaylee, I saw you nodding your head there. Was that something that you were also aware of as we were moving towards that WrestleMania period, that if Nikki and Drew capture those titles, then wow, what a haul for Scotland.
It was actually Wolfgang that said to me as well. He was the one that kind of nudged him, was like, you better keep a hold of that, because, and then once Nikki won, there was another this. I think Wolfgang was basically like, this is going to happen. I was like, right, Drew has to win tomorrow. And he was like, no, Drew's going to win tomorrow. It's going to happen. Like, he's the historian. He knew and he sensed it coming. So, yeah, it was all Wolfgang in this one.
Going back to your second question, Drew and I first met in 2002. I saw an article in the newspaper. It was Jake the Snake was going to be visiting this wrestling school. He was over here doing a tour. And Drew, I think, was at that class. And I maybe showed up the week after. But this guy was always meant, like, picture the scene. You're walking into like a post office recreation area that's just got judo mats and a bunch of guys like me who are just dying for an opportunity to learn how to become a WWE superstar. So Drew was the only one that kind of looked, yeah, he looks like a star. He looks like he could probably be, but the rest of us have got some work to do. So Drew was always like pushing forward, like he was focused 100%. I'm going to become WWE champion, and not just become a WWE superstar. Like, that's hard enough, but to actually win the WWE title, the guy's went and done it, and he's been saying it since he was 16 years old, and I've always believed him, and everyone that's met him has believed him too. So we trained together. We were young, we grew up together, we'd done all the things that 18, 19 and 20-year-olds do together as friends. The other guys started this other training place. There was like 2 places you could go where we were and where Kaylee and the rest of the guys made up, but I'll let them tell them where they kind of chipped in.
So Mark, let's bring you in. How did you guys meet? How did you work with Kaylee and Nikki?
Yeah, there was a training place in Linwoods near Paisley, and I first went there because of Joe. He'd went and he kept telling me, like, you need to come to do this, you need to come to this training. And I was just like, no, there's no way I could do that. And then eventually he talked me into it. And then that's where I met Nikki and Kaylee, who absolutely terrified me because they were getting in and the guys about more than the other guys could. But yeah, it was from there, we just kind of, Drew was already in WWE at this point. So I didn't actually meet Drew until he came back to the independent scene. And then it's crazy to think that between that sort of 2014 to like 2016 time, at any show in Scotland, you could have seen the 5 of us on the one card. So it's a cool thought now.
The 5 of us are within the same radius. That Nikki and I actually went to the same high school, and I was in class. I was in class with our older sister. So it's just crazy that 2 people from the same school could eventually make it with the one dream, I suppose, making it to the WWE. So congratulations, Nikki.
Congratulations, Wolfie. It was funny you called it high school, because I just always call it secondary school still.
It's secondary school. Aye. It's everybody. It's the people that I'm trying to follow in Drew's footsteps and culture myself.
I didn't realise it was like only 5 million people in Scotland. So when that statistic came out, I went and double checked. I was like, oh wait, I thought Scotland had like 20 million people in it, so I had to kind of educate myself on
What?
the population numbers in Scotland.
What school was this you went to?
I don't want to say. I don't want to give them. I don't want to put them down or give them credit either.
20
way.
million people in Scotland. I'm going to put them down. 20 million people.
Well, to be fair, Drew, like to me, Scotland isn't that small a country, and then you move to America where everything is huge and big, and you find like 20, 30 Scotlands can fit in the state of Texas. So you're like, oh, okay, I guess Scotland is small.
Did you see the advert? The advert he made running about the Highlands in his pants. That place wasn't populated. That place wasn't populated very well. Like there's loads of space, but there's not a lot of people.
No, there was no people, but it was freaking freezing. It almost blew me off the side of the mountain.
It was worth it. It was a great game.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. BT are the best ever.
Let's talk about your success as well. So obviously, out of the five of you, Drew was the one who went to WWE first, and obviously Drew had his time away, and that time Nikki stepped in. Were you all following each other's success? And how was it to see someone like Drew going to WWE, and then for the rest of you to see Nikki move in there several years later? Were you all following each other and supporting each other? Kaylee, let me ask that to you.
I mean, it's a great thing to see. Like, you want to see people from your home country get what they've always dreamed of. So seeing things like that being possible is a great thing, not just for us, but for any kids or anybody that's really aspiring to do something. So yeah, like you did follow, you did keep up to what they were doing and things like that. So yeah,
So we talk about Drew. So obviously you had your stint in there in the noughties, and you went on to capture the Intercontinental title in 2008. So Wolfgang, back to yourself. As someone who was training and working with Drew, when he went and did that, when he went and accomplished those things, how motivating was it for you to see someone who literally started where you had started, achieving all these great things?
Drew was always a trailblazer. Although we had, and from coming from Scotland, from a small country like Scotland, the people that we had to look up to were Rowdy Roddy Piper, who claimed to be from Glasgow. And I asked everyone, and no one had ever met him, and no one could tell me where he lived. And then a few years later, well, quite a few years later, we had the Highlanders who came in wearing kilts, just beating these people up. But again, I couldn't find these guys that were from Scotland that I could look up to and idolise and aspire to be. And then big Drew McIntyre steps up. But see, to be honest, even when he was taken and working for the WWE and was Intercontinental Champion, it still didn't seem possible that they would have two Scottish guys. And then Nikki went, and I was like, okay, they've got a Scottish guy and a Scottish girl. That's them. They've got the limit.
It always seemed like so far away. So, when I started watching WWE when I was 10, everything always seemed so far away and so, not impossible, but just really, a bit far-fetched. Hi, I'm going to be hey, I'm going to go and so, Drew going and doing it was that, it made it possible. And I think and it was just grown, and I think it was growing in the confidence and, getting your name out there, just like we all have done, and, getting out. But yeah, I think seeing Drew do it, just made you realise, you can do it, and you just need, just work I can't say what I was going to say, just, work really hard.
Obviously, starting from where we all started, it was something you could relate to and be like, well, he's from not that far away from where I started, and he's ran in the same circles that I'm now running in, that kind of thing. It was like, well, this is the path which he took to get there. Maybe, we can do the same thing. But I do agree with what Wolfie was saying. When Drew went back to WWE, I was like, yep, that's them got their Scottish guy. We can all go home now.
Wow. And Kaylee, let me ask you as well, when you've seen someone go before you from your area, is that motivating?
I mean, it is, but the guys are right. Especially, I think from a girl's sense, Paige was there, and then they got Nikki. So you're like, yeah, they don't need any of us. It is a very, the boys are right. It's hard not to think that sometimes, but it's just good to get to a point where it's like, we were actually all wrong. We're all sitting here as champions now, and it's not just one person to fill a quota. There's all different personalities from us now, and you've got us all involved. So yeah, it's great.
I think what actually happened was Drew got there, like Nikki says, made it appear possible. It was attainable. That you felt as though you could reach out and touch that. And if when Drew went and Nikki went and Damo went, it was like all these guys are the same as us. Like we're rubbing shoulders with these guys. We're training with them. We're doing these same local shows with them. It can be done. And I think, if anything, these guys just booted the doors off the hinges, because now not only have you got the five of us, you've got Joe Coffey and the Gallus squad with us, the Gallus firm. You've got Noam Dar, who was there long before us, and you've got Kenny Williams, Isla Dawn, and Piper Niven. Like, Scotland's always going to be able to say your first ever British champion was Drew McIntyre.
When you guys finally signed your contracts and became part of the WWE universe, how did it feel? Did it feel like you finally kind of made it? And what did your families and friends think? Mark, let me ask you that.
Yeah, I mean, I was just buzzing. My family were all pretty chuffed for me. It's one of those things you just you kind of pat yourself in the back a little bit, because it's like you have been working there. You know what I mean? I've been a fan of WWE since I was like 4 years old or something. So you just kind of think like it's a dream it'll never really happen. So when we actually got there, it was like, oh wow, you feel kind of validated for giving up all the weeks and the weekends for like however many years. Like, I was about 8 years in before I get signed. So like, it feels like sacrificing everything, like any kind of social life or whatever outside of this. It feels like that's kind of validated now, because you've achieved it. You've got to where you want to be, and now you just got to work even harder.
For me, I didn't really believe it was happening even after I signed the contract. Like, I kept like, I don't know if it's like the pessimist in me or what, I just kept thinking it wasn't, like, it didn't feel real. And even after I moved to America, it still didn't feel real. And you know, I don't know, I just tried to, with my friends and family, it was it was very strange. You know, because it's hard, because you have to turn around and tell your mum, like, hi, I'm just going to move 4,000 miles away, and you have to expect her to be okay with it, and then she's surprised that she worries. So, you know, it was hard to kind of tell my mum. I was actually kind of too scared to tell her I don't think I told her until like 2 months before. So I was quite scared to tell her. But she's great. She's really supportive. And my sisters are really supportive as well. My friends had never, like, a lot of my friends hadn't ever really watched wrestling, but they came to my last match for ICW, April 2016. So they got to like come and see that, and it's again, it still doesn't, you kind of have to pinch yourself, and even after I moved, it was still like really surreal and really strange. So hey, that's me.
Kaylee, right now, as I mentioned earlier, over 20% of WWE's titles are around the waist of you guys, of the Scots. Mm-hmm. To your mind, what is it about this group, about you guys from Scotland, that have made the company invest so much in you?
I honestly don't know. There must be something in the water up here, because we've all just got... I don't know, it's hard because we're all so different. We're different people, we're different wrestlers. Like, apart from being Scottish, I don't really think you could pinpoint something that we've all really got in common, apart from being ace wrestlers. So that's a bit of a hard one, because I don't really know what else to say.
This kind of reminds me of like a question I got asked on a bus when we were doing like the media for BT Sport, and we were all stuck on a BT bus, like a double-decker megabus or something. And I actually got asked like a really similar question. And I don't really want to like speak for the five of us, but for me, I don't know if it coming from such a small country, which apparently has 20 people in it, I don't know if it was. It kind of gives you a chip on the shoulder as well, because for myself, coming from like a working class background, you're kind of like you want to like get like you want to do the best you can. So I don't know if it gives you a kind of chip on your shoulder, and like because it is a small country and you do have to like really push your name out there and travel in all these different places. So I don't know if the chip on the shoulder is kind of, and then it makes you work really hard. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It's a Scottish thing. This job isn't easy. Like, this is a very difficult industry to be part of. You don't just have to be physically tough, you have to be extremely mentally tough. And, you know, people from Scotland, we got the warrior blood running through us, and we just never give up. We don't make excuses. So I think that's a lot to do with it's just kind of our upbringing. You know, we're always taught to, you know, take it on the chin and kind of roll with the punches and don't let things get you down. And eventually, you know, if you got that mentality, you'll always succeed.
When you grow up here, you always grow up, you know, looking over one shoulder to make sure you're okay. You know what I mean? You've got to watch your own back. So I think like that's helped us all become who we are today. And certainly, like Drew was saying, in this industry and this line of work, that's very valuable, being who we are.
This has got to be the greatest time ever for Scottish wrestling. How does it feel to be a part of quite literally history in the making? Nikki, let me talk to you about that.
It's very cool. And to Wolfie's point from earlier on, you know, there was a lot of people that lay the groundwork. You mentioned Doug Williams, and then for us there was Robbie Brookside would like come up and work with us at the school, and he played a huge part in so many different things, in so many different aspects of like our game. So for me, there was a lot. Being able to be a part of history is amazing, and it's the people that paved that forward. So we just hope that, like, for present people, and for the future, we're laying the groundwork for the future too. And it's to see the journey of Scottish wrestling is amazing. So for myself, me, Kaylee, a couple of other girls, Sarah Marie Taylor and Carmel Jacob, Piper and Evan. You know, so for us, we were like, for a while, that was the group of girls, and now seeing how many girls are cut, like Isla Dawn, and it's like so many girls have came up, and it's like, so to see the growth of Scottish women's wrestling is also amazing. So it's so cool to be a part of, and I can't say that enough without repeating myself. So Kaylee, you jump in, Kaylee.
I mean, you're spot on. Like, I don't even think I realised that. Like, so many things get said with all these, and you're like, oh my god, it was just a group of like 5 girls.
Yeah.
And now there's just an abundance of talent, not just from the girl side, but from the guys as well. Like, it just seems to have grown, and everybody has a big family, but like, you want to see people doing well. You want to see people like myself and Wolfgang. We're close with GPWA and stuff, and like seeing these people coming through now, and you're like, is this what people seen with us, or do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
what are we seeing now, and who's going to be the future in these classes, kind of thing. So it's really cool to not have just been a part of it, but to also be a part of what's going to happen next, essentially.
If I'm watching folk from Scotland on the WWE, one of them's the WWE champion, the other 4 are holding gold at the same time, that's attainable, and that's something that folk can aspire to do. And it's like, you've used the word inspirational a few times, Andy, and I think that's exactly what it is. Like, whether it's you want to grow up and become a professional wrestler and work for the WWE, or whether you want to grow up and go and be a Hollywood actor, or whatever your passion is, don't let anyone tell you it can't be done just because of where you're from. It doesn't matter what your upbringing is. Like, you can achieve whatever it is, and if the 5 of us can represent that, then that's even more special than holding the titles in the first place.
As we said, this is a golden age for Scottish wrestling, for sure. And Drew, I want to pick up on a point that you've mentioned a few times over the last couple of weeks. Are we the closest now that we've been since 1992 to having a big, major pay-per-view in the UK?
No, that's something I'm not just visualizing, it's something I'm actively working and pushing and talking about whenever I do UK media. And I'm always trying to think outside the box, try to get, Tyson Fury seems to want to get involved in something. If it takes getting a Battle of Britain going to get us a UK pay-per-view, I don't care. Just all that matters is when the things get back to normal, I want to get back home. I want to get all 5 of us on an open-top bus from the top of Scotland, take it right down through the UK to the bottom of England on a big tour, get the country rallied up, tell the world this is where there should be a pay-per-view. Like, look at SummerSlam 92, look how mental the fans were. We know how passionate the UK fans are. We know we're going to sell out the Wembley Stadium, Hampden, wherever we have it. We know we're going to sell it out. It's going to be a big deal. I don't understand the logistics behind it. That's not my department. But it's doable. It's going to freaking happen. I'm going to make sure of it.
This would sell out like that, and the fans would be so appreciative. You know, when every time the WWE puts a live event on here, it's always the best audience. The NXT crowds are better than any crowds I've seen before. But let's be honest, if you put us in a Scottish pay-per-view, let's say Hampden, just so that we're toeing the line.
Yes.
It doesn't get more special than that.
Wolfie, are you going to be riding your Harley and hold your title?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Over the shoulder, one hand, like this.
Me in the
Your
side.
helmet.
Marcus in the sidecar.
It's like Dick Dastardly and what's this face, Muttley?
Joe's on the handlebars.
NXT UK has undeniably changed the landscape of British professional wrestling. It's given a platform to so many. It's built a whole new brand in the WWE universe. So, Kay, let me start with you. How has NXT UK changed the landscape for Scottish wrestling?
Things are attainable now. Like, it's on our doorstep. Like, not for us because we're already there, but for other people looking in on this, it's not something that, like, I'd have to move to America and leave my family. Like, you can literally walk at your doorstep, go to a training school, and there could be someone with a link to NXT UK. And that's mad. It's a straight link to WWE. Well, to me anyway, it's mad. I don't know how else to follow up on it. It's great to be part of it.
I'm, amazed and so glad that NXT UK, came to be. That was the next step for the UK scene. And when I came back, things were in the upswing, and I'm sure we would have achieved the success with or without me. But to be part of the huge growth that we had was phenomenal. And then, like, WWE using certain stars on the NXT show itself was great for the UK scene because we were able to put them on posters and draw more fans in. But it was like, what's the next step? Like, where do we go from here? And finally, when NXT UK came to be, like, this is the next step. This is perfect. We have a home base here. We have, like, all the talent that are back home. So many have a show to work on where they don't have to come to America. Like, that NXT UK is amazing by itself, and the crowd deserve their own place on the roster. They're part of the show, like, more than any of the crowds over here in America probably. And it's phenomenal. Like, when I got signed, realistically, it wasn't easy. Like, it was 2007. I was the first, like, Scottish guy signed from Scotland, and I was literally picked up and dropped in America and basically told to figure out life. And it was very difficult. Like, I struggled. Suddenly I wasn't with my parents anymore. There was these things called bills I had to pay. There was these funny accents. They didn't understand me anymore. And so I was trying to figure out the cameras, etc., which we'd never worked with back home in the UK. And it was very difficult, and I struggled with it for a long time. And now, having that home base, you don't have to leave home. You're still with your comfort, your friends and family. You get this opportunity on this massive stage. You get taught all the ins and outs of the industry. And you don't have to move beyond there. It's such a great show itself. But if you do move beyond, it's a streamlined process. You'll be confident, and the fans will be get educated who you are. So it's awesome that we've got to this stage where the wrestling world's so connected when it used to seem so freaking far apart.
Nikki, you joined the company just before NXT UK kind of started to get its wheels in motion. What's your take on this new brand within WWE?
I love it because it gave a platform to people that, like, it gave, like, the thing with Scotland, Ireland, Wales and England, there's so many talented workers, there's so many talented people, and NXT UK was that platform. So I got to see, like, I got to see great friends get the opportunity that they had worked for, and I don't like using the word deserve, because I think you earn it. So it was so good to get to see friends and people I trained with. It was like when you and Joe got, I said you, and then I realised I was like, no, when Mark and Joe got the opportunity, and everyone, like, it was just amazing, because it was the platform that I think the scene had earned. And, you know, the scene from about, I mean, the scene did grow so much throughout the years, and Wolfie's right. ICW, they filled the Hydro, they filled the SECC, the exhibition centre, the Hydro, but there was also, you know, all over the country and all over Scotland, there was really impressive, like, crowds being drew. I don't know. I've not had enough coffee today, guys. So, you know, so for me, it was it was very satisfying to be able to see these people who had earned the opportunity get that platform and get to perform, and, you know, be on the WB network every single week and, like, show the world, I don't know, Earth. You know, so for me, it was incredibly satisfying. So yeah.
Look, Drew, we know that, you know, you and Wolfie earlier on in your careers, you tagged together. Is there any possibility somewhere down the line that you may team up with Gallus at some point?
Absolutely. So if Zelina and the gang, that'd be a terrible name for the group. I'm sure they'll think of something. Triple A, maybe that. Keep harassing me every single week. I might have to enlist the boys to take them down.
To your
may
point,
have to swim over here right now, though.
To your point, Andy, that's a callback to Drew had his first match when he was 15. I had my first match when I was like 15, 16, but it was after his. So this was maybe like Drew's third, fourth, or whatever match. But my first match, and I'm sorry, Mark, but my tag team partner was Drew.
Oh, wow.
That's okay. I forgive you. We've all got exes. We've all got a past. That's okay.
Yeah, so there's already a chemistry there. I'm sure the big Drew would blend in very well to Gallus. Although the three of us standing like this, and then big Drew up here somewhere, like, it's just head and shoulders above the rest of us.
Like that picture we got taken last year at WrestleMania, when we were all standing there in our suits, and then there's Drew just shirtless, about 2 feet in front of us.
That was a cool moment. It was good to see you all right before that Mania match. That was very special. Right before my WrestleMania 35 match with Roman. It was the first ever singles match at Mania. Obviously, Roman coming back from illness, and I was kind of trusted in that position. It was a big deal to begin with, but to see everybody from back home to grab that picture was a really cool moment. So superimpose that picture. Use your skills and your editing. Put that picture in right now. There you go, everybody at home. You're looking at the picture. Power of editing.
We mentioned earlier that before, up until recently, you maybe weren't all aware of what you guys were achieving. It was only when that social media post came out with the 5 of you that you maybe realized, wow, we've achieved this. What's the reception been like from the fans, from the reception from all the people who've backed you over the years? Wolfgang, let me direct that to you to begin with.
So initially, like, everyone from Scotland was very, very proud, but it's all coming out of the woodwork now. Everyone just an outpour of pride, I think, would maybe be the best word to describe it. Is just what we've been able to achieve in our own right has not only inspired others, but it's given them something to celebrate, especially during this time. Like, I can just imagine, like, all the kids and all the wrestling fans being able to support this Scottish scene, but these Scottish champions. And if I go back to when I was young, like, this was never available, and the fact that it's available now is just, it's incredible, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Scotland needs something to be proud of. We're not good at football, we're not good at rugby, we're not good at pretty much anything, but we're the best at wrestling. He's done. He's out the door. He's finished.
He's finished there.
Yeah. So we're the best at wrestling. That's all that matters. Scotland needs something to be proud of.
Does everybody have their championship handy?
Yeah, I just want about wearing it.
So mine is actually having a little spa day. She's being pampered right now. She's been polished. She's been buffed. She's been shined. So she's having a little spa day right now. Right.
Okay. You don't got
If you've got them, let's see them, guys. Let's see the championship if you've got them.
I never wear this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's been around my waist the whole time.
Oh, wow. Sorry,
my
Nicky.
favorite part's a little name tag.
Oh,
You can hold
they're
up your
so
tea.
sweet.
You can hold
I'll
your
pass
coffee,
this over
Nikki.
to you, Nikki.
They're so shiny.
There we go.
Yeah, just like that
That
time
is
you
a
weren't in the
beautiful thing.
picture, Nicky. You didn't have your title this time.
Oh.
Always letting the team down.
Well, I've never. She deserved to be pampered, right? She's been
Yeah.
worked really hard the last couple of weeks. She
She's
needs a
earned
lot
it.
of pampering.
Nikki, you're a two-time champion.
Yes.
So, like you've built up a relationship with your title leak. You can send it away out, and it's grown up now. It's grown
Yeah.
up enough now that it can look after herself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's still, she's she really loves manicures. She loves getting a little pedicure, at the end of the strap, so she's doing good. She's doing good. She doesn't like coffee, which is she's not going to get introduced to coffee because it's a slippery slope. She actually likes a wee cup of tea. And she likes long walks on the beach. She likes sunsets. She's just such a, she's just grew a lot. She's in her toddler stage. She's
Well,
a
wait,
year.
what?
She's
You're
15
letting your
months
toddler out
old.
walking about. You're a terrible
Down there
parent.
for manicures.
No wonder your toddler doesn't like drinking coffee.
I knew this conversation would get mental at one point.
So guys, right now you are the flag bearers of Scottish professional wrestling. You've all got WWE titles around your waist. And of course, there's other Scottish talent within the WWE universe who is just waiting to get to where you guys are at. Do you think this is just the beginning of a Scottish revolution? And what do you think the future holds for Scots in the WWE?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just going to continue the path we're on. Like, realistically, I'm just so excited and proud that Britain as a whole, and Ireland also, just have such a wealth of talent now. Because back when Wolfgang and I were coming up, we were literally self-taught. And like you said, if we got a Doug Williams or we got a Robbie Brookside to learn from, that was great. But we were all kind of the same. We were all at the same level, just trying to figure things out. And when I went away for 7, 8 years to America, I kind of get my finger on the pulse, but wasn't getting to watch as much footage as I'd like. And when I came home and saw the talent, like the in-ring wise and character wise, I was absolutely blown away. I was like, wow, we've come a long way. And I'm just happy to see Britain in general being such a high level. Like when I was traveling around, I'm sure it's still the case. Like, it's the #1 independent scene in the world now. I know because I was in every single one. And to see such a high representation from Scotland means the world to me personally. But as long as Britain as a whole keeps succeeding, that's all that matters. And as long as we get that bloody pay-per-view, that's all that matters.
I would like to go and make a point of saying, not just a pay-per-view at Hampden, but I also want a takeover in Glasgow.
Oh,
So that's what I'm putting out there.
That's a good idea. Oh, yeah,
You
Triple H,
said it, Drew.
I bother him by message all the time. I'll say to him in this as well. Can I finally get in a takeover? What do I have to do? I won the WWE title now. Is it going to be in Glasgow? Let's win in Glasgow. Can I finally be on one? I've only asked 50 times. So I'm going to keep bothering Triple H till he lets me on one. Glasgow won't be perfect.
Good. We've got another
Drew.
person.
Drew, you're the WWE champion. You don't need to ask anybody anything. You get in there and you tell him.
Yes. That's right. See you, Triple H. Let me on that show now.
Because we can't do it, so you
What's
have
that,
to
Drew?
do it.
Please.
well, it feels like if we do get a UK takeover, an NXT UK takeover in Scotland, Drew McIntyre is going to be there. What advice would you give to any young Scottish aspiring superstars? Mark, let me feed that to you first.
We all started, there was no direct path to WWE. It was just this thing it seemed like a million miles away. Now there is a direct link, you know what I mean? You can go to any school, or you can go to the school which Wolfie and Kaylee coach at, GPWA, which has a link to, ICW, which has a link to NXT UK, which has a link to NXT, to Raw, to SmackDown. There is that path set in front of you now. So all you need to do is just follow it. Just don't think of it as it's unattainable. It is attainable. We're all proof of that, and we are now creating this path which everyone can follow.
When I was at school, all I ever wanted to do was be a wrestler. And if we had those high school end of year books, certainly someone would have written in mine most likely to become WWE wrestler. I just think now it can be done, and if you want to be in this position, if you want to, let's say you want to be where Drew McIntyre is, and you grew up on the coast of Scotland, and you want to become WWE champion, first of all, don't let anyone tell you it can't be done, because the proof is right in front of you that, yeah, we're from Scotland, we're 1 in 5 million, but
1 in a million.
Well, 5 in
We're not
5
1 in
million.
a million.
20 million.
But whether you're from Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, anywhere in the world, don't think just because no one else has done it that you can't be the first to do it. And take inspiration from that. Just don't ever, if you want to do something, don't ever quit. Like John Cena says, don't ever quit.
On the back of that, I would like to jump in and say, like, the guys are right. There's straight links to it now. It's right in front of you, but this is not easy. Like, if you want to do this, you need to put in everything you have into wrestling. Like, we touched on it a little bit. Like, you give up a lot of your life to do this, but if you are someone that feels this is what you want to do and that's what you're willing to do, then get yourself to school and do it, because it is all worth it. All the troubles and the pain and the injuries and missing birthdays and weddings, like, we are all sitting here now as champions and basically attained our dreams. So yeah, it's possible if you want to work for it and really, really try for this.
Everything is really a case of you have to believe it more than anybody. You are going to get told, and that's an American thing. It's unrealistic just because a few people did it, because now we have a few people that have done it. Why would you going to be the one to do it? And just nod and play along, but in your free time, work as hard as you possibly can. I'd say sticking at school, see it all the way through. It's good to have that fallback plan. It looks good in the resume. You know, I did finish university, but all that free time you have on the side, it's just tunnel vision. It's getting in the gym. It's getting to the wrestling schools at GPWA. It's studying the tapes. It's doing whatever you possibly can. And more importantly, it's just believing in yourself. It's being accountable to the person in the mirror and nobody else. So you don't answer to anybody but that person in the mirror. And if you can look at yourself and you can say, I'm giving it my all in every single area to better myself to achieve my dream, you won't fail, I assure you.
I'm not going to talk what Drew just said, and I'm not going to talk what Mark and Wolf and Kaylee said.
Just say what Cena said, don't quit.
Never give up. I think Drew made some really good points there. Like, in your time when you're not wrestling training, be studying tapes. Carry on at school. Work on your promos. Like your character work, microphone work. Like, that's something that's that's probably one of the most important things for me personally. Like, just always be working on getting that, like, what happens when that microphone's in front of you, because that's going to really count towards a lot. So yeah, how much
that's a good one for Scottish people specifically. No, you're right. But being Scottish, we have the hardest accent in the world to understand, and that is very, very important. Like, you have to be understood by the entire world, and as much as you're going to get grief for it, just work on turning it on and off if you can, because you can find clips of me doing a news report for Scottish television when I first got signed, and I watch it today and I barely understand myself. Like, I mumble. Yeah, I talk quietly and I mumble in real life, so I really had to work on it to get myself understood. But that is a big part of our business, is communication. So very good point.
So Kaylee, Mark, Wolfgang, Nikki, Drew, thank you so much for spending this time with us today, and no doubt the WWE Universe is excited to continue following the Scottish Superstar contingent as they continue to make WWE their kingdom.